EA Sports to the net. Where the ceremonial guitar has been smashed. Bank Field here in Cleveland. Two teams ready to square off. It's the Miami Dolphins and the Cleveland Browns. Thanks for having us in, Mike Tirico. Greg Olson set to get this one started. Off we go from. He'll be before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Miami offense set to go, led by 27-year-old Tua Tagovailoa, hard to believe, sixth season as the Dolphins quarterback.
I don't know about you, Mike, but my biggest takeaway from our meeting with him was just how important it is that they get off to a fast start. He made it very clear. They wanted to put their opponent on their heels right from the jump. So I think early in this game, come out swinging right from the opening whistle.
First carry here for Devon Achane. A line of scrimmage and take him down right away. A loss on the first play.
You spend all week on your opening script. What are the plays that allow you to find a rhythm and have some early success offensively? Well, in this case, that first play you drawn up sent you going back the wrong direction. How does that change this play caller's approach to the ground game going forward?
Throwing is Tua. Now a screen, set up. And a good job rallying to the football. Holding just a gain of a yard and sets up third down. We've got an injured Brown on the field. Not something you want to see in the opening minute of the game. Third and long. From the gun, here's Tua. And that is incomplete.
Remember what they told us, Mike, leading up to this game. They said it is so critical for us to find success, especially on third down. We want to maintain possession, extend these drives. Well, the first crack comes up and they fail through the air, and we're going to have to regroup and be able to have better success throughout the remainder of this game.
This returnable from inside his own 40. And it's a good solid return as he takes it back up near midfield. The Cleveland offense set to take the field for the first time. They're led out by the lefty, 5'11" out of Oregon, Dillon Gabriel.
There's a lot to like about this young quarterback, and of course we're going to have to wait and see. Can he take advantage of this opportunity in front of him, Mike? But he has been shy. As I know I could play at this level. I know that I can NFL franchise, and we're going to get to see it here, and I'm excited to see what he can do.
And to pick up 3 or maybe 4, Jalen Phillips in on.
Across midfield to the 49-yard line. 4 yards on pickup. 2nd and 6.
From just across the midfield stripe, here's 2nd and 6. Again, it's Judkins. Angling to the sideline, inside the 35. And he's going to be out of bounds, down inside the 25-yard line. A gain there of 24 yards. It's a Browns first down.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed, great run.
And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland.
You just don't see these kind of holes too often at this NFL level, Mike. And you can see once he got the ball, the clear line to the end zone, he doesn't get tight on here. Ends up.
Extra point attempt still to come. It's up and through. And the Browns will take a 7-0.
Dolphins nothing.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. On the return, Malik Washington. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. Dolphins offense get going their second possession. They were forced to punt the first time through. It led touchdown, so down 7-0 as they get the ball back for 1st and 10. Now a first down throw for Tua. He's going to keep it himself. And Tua very wisely hits the deck, picking up the first down.
It's a gain of 17 yards. And the Dolphin first down.
Mike, this is great awareness by the quarterback manipulating the pocket. He feels the pressure coming on around him, but so often the soft spot is moving up in the pocket. That's exactly what he does. Takes off down the middle of the field, picks up good yardage, and a first down.
And let's give him about 4 on that one. Ronnie Hickman is there on the stop.
His 48-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
From the 48-yard line, here's 2nd down and 5. Now some movement up front. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time here today.
Still 2nd down.
Tua, give it to Etienne. And he'll take this ahead for a gain of about 5, and here comes 3rd down.
Just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 6, and it's 3rd down.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He'll look middle, and he's got his man complete. 13 yards on that pass play. Dolphins first down.
First down, Miami.
These 3rd down conversions are just so important. Like everybody stresses, we want to possess the ball, give our offense as much opportunity, as many drives as we can, scoring points. So if you want to stay on the field, you better be good on 3rd down.
He plunges forward for a couple of yards. Nice and hit there to make the tackle.
Nice job by the running back making the first guy miss, but it's the pursuit by the entire defense. Even though he doesn't get him down on his first try, the rest of his guys they bring him down for a short gain.
In motion, Westbrook Akine. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. He'll get this cleat. Nick Westbrook Akine. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
They were able to connect on the comeback, but I don't think it was really well executed. This is a deeper route. This receiver's got to push his depth before his break a little bit more downfield. They'll take the completion, but they were hoping to get a little bit more with that.
Trying to find maybe CB can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. Here's 1st and 10. A run 23. Here's 2nd and 5. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. At the 5. And he's taken down, but they are in business. This sets up 1st and goal.
The defender has to do a better job here, Mike, of getting depth. He wants to elevate that ball to give his secondary defender a chance to make a play. He gets too much width, not enough depth, and a quarterback like this is going to take advantage.
In motion, Westbrook-Akine. A-10. And he's going to go backward, taken down at the 6.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
Here's Tungo Bailoa. Under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
So the last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. A shotgun snap for 2. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
Got to give a lot of credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was plenty of time for the quarterback to work through his progression. I thought the protection was actually pretty solid. But at the end of it, there was just nowhere to go, and he had no choice but to just throw that ball away.
Out comes Riley Patterson to try the field goal. This, about as short as you can get. Patterson's kick is good. And the Dolphins are on the board. It's 7-3.
It's always a little bit of a letdown, Mike. You find yourself deep in the red zone and you have to settle for a short field goal like that. In this case, he's able to put it through and they get 3.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. On the return, it's Jerome Ford. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Browns offense about ready to get going on their 2nd possession. The lead sits at 4, so they'll try to add on to that. This drive begins with 1st and 10. But that's a gain of 5 on 1st down.
Well, give him some credit. Initially, that looked like it was going to be a sack. He's able to escape the pressure and get away, picks up a little bit of yardage, but at least he avoids taking that shot.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 5. From the gun, here's Gabriel. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. That is Zach Sealer in there for a loss of 5 on the sack, and now it's 3rd down.
And these are the type of splash plays that can have an impact, especially as the game goes on. So offensive line has to do a better job to make sure that they have this protection shored up and that this isn't a sign of things to come.
Throwing on 3rd down, Gabriel. Complete. Great work to get in there, make things difficult defensively, and it sets up 4th down.
And that's exactly how you teach it. They want these defenders to time the hit, that right when the ball gets there, you separate the receiver from the ball. And Those are the ones on offense, man. You just have to make that catch, Mike. I know it's easier said than done, but you know the hit's coming. You've got to squeeze that thing, brace for impact, and make that play for your offense.
Ooh. And it'll be a good one to get it at the yard line. The Dolphins offense starting to trot out for this next possession. They'll have very good starting field position as they set up past the 40. On 1st and 10, here's Tua. He is hit before he can get rid of it, and down he goes. The rookie out of Michigan, Mason Graham, in there to drop him, and that's going to be a loss of 9 to open this drive.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. Tua. That's taken in by Achane. And he's out of bounds. It's a gain of 4, but now it's 3rd down. Now it's Tua. Nowhere to go. He's going to be taken down.
We're starting to see in these passing situations, Mike, this defensive line is starting to have their way against this group up front because protection is breaking down and this quarterback's paying the price for it.
Here's Jake Bailey now, and John to punt for the 2nd time in this opening quarter. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. Now it's the Browns' turn as they get set to take over again on offense. Judkins to begin the drive. And good blocking up front, paving the way for a gain of 8 on the ground.
35-yard line. It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard.
From the 35, here's 2nd and a yard. They bring Judy in motion. They fake the jet sweep and will hand it up the middle. And I don't think he got that wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down.
Great job here defensively, Mike. Make them snap the ball again. 2nd and 1, they're not conceding anything. Make it 3rd and 1 and see if your defense can come up again with a stop for no gain.
Gabriel gonna throw on 3rd and 1. He'll try to run for it, and he will slide to a halt, but he does have the 1st down.
It's a gain of 16 yards. That's good for a 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
Anytime a quarterback decides to tuck it and turn himself into a runner, you can just feel the sideline hold their breath. They're just hoping that he gets down, picks up enough for the 1st down, but more importantly, protects himself so he can get himself back up and continue on.
So a big 3rd down hookup takes us to the break. 7-3 is our score. And we're back to Cleveland in a minute. Start of the second. Browns in control of the football. Set to go now on 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. On the give, it's Judkins. And a nice game there on 1st down. He takes it forward for 8 yards.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at the Dolphins' 42-yard line.
From the 42 now, here's 2nd and 2. They run it once more with Judkins. And he's got it. 1st down. A pickup of 4.
This is a situation that play callers love to be in, Mike. They have all their options on the table. 2nd and short, play action pass, you can run. In this case, they choose to keep it on the ground, play it safe, pick up the 1st down.
On 1st down, Gabriel. That one too far out in front to be brought in, and it's incomplete. Jerome Ford was the intended receiver there, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of down. Quickly throw a ball on 1st down is a great way to do it, but now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air?
The pressure, too much, and he goes down. Zach Sealer in there for the sack, worked his way through. It's a loss of 5.
Just another example of poor decision-making. I mean, making a bad play even worse. There's nothing there on 2nd down. Just throw the ball into the stands and move on to 3rd. Now you take that sack, and it's going to take a miracle to stay on the field.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Out of the gun, Gabriel. Over the middle and take it in. He's got it. And they're going to get this ball down to the 20-yard line. That's his first reception of the ballgame, and it really comes at a good time as they get the conversion on 3rd down.
20-yard line.
So far here early, Mike, the key for this offense has been their ability to maintain possession by converting on these 3rd downs. It's going to be a big storyline the rest of the way. This defense has to find a way. When they force 3rd down, they got to get off the field.
And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up 2nd and 2.
They'll run it with Judkins. And he'll be close to a 1st down. A gain of a couple as they mark him just short.
And after that short run, puts them a little bit closer to the 1st down marker. And they're going to need to create more running room on the ground if they plan on extending this drive.
Can they keep this drive rolling? Here is 3rd and inches. They'll try to sneak it here. And he'll fight forward. Doesn't get a hold up, and he got what he needed. It is 1st and goal coming up.
That's another Browns 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 10-yard line.
Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
And when you look down the field, Mike, there's just really nobody creating any real separation. And instead, he tries to give one of his guys a 50-50 contested catch opportunity. But with the coverage as tight as it was, it just falls incomplete.
To throw on 2nd down is Gabriel. And that'll go for a gain of 7. And it's going to set up 3rd down.
That's a gain of 7. Brings up 3rd and 3.
one snap to Gabriel. And that is caught in the end zone. He's in. Isaiah Bond. Touchdown, Browns. Greg, I love the precision on that play. Very little time, very confined space, and they come through with the touchdown.
And it's the accuracy of the throw, Mike, that protects his receiving down here near the goal line is so condensed. You understand you're going to be thrown into tight windows, but when you trust your quarterback to protect you with the ball placement, it gives you a lot more confidence going across the middle of the field, and in this case, pays off for a touchdown.
The extra point, the Browns extend their advantage to 14-3.
Dolphins 3.
The kickoff team is out on the field, and we're back to it as the kick's away. Washington now to return it. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. Out comes Miami and the offense to get started on their next drive. They trail now 14-3, so an 11-point deficit as they start things out with 1st and 10. Man in motion here is Washington. He'll get this out wide. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on 1st down.
The 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the 33-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 3 from the 33. Here's Tagovailoa. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. He was looking for Nick Westbrook-Akine there. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
So I actually really like the concept of the pass play, and I think if we see a little bit better pass protection, even just a second longer, that's probably a completed pass, but I think the pressure just sped his clock up just enough, Mike, that he wasn't able to get that ball exactly where it needed to be.
And he's out of bounds up beyond the 40-yard line. Tua and his old Bama teammate Waddle for the Dolphin 1st down.
It just seems like whenever they need a big play on 3rd down, you can almost guarantee that he's someone they're going to try to get the ball to. Why? Clutch play by everyone involved and keeps the offense on the field.
To the left side, in the hands of Hill. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
So the hope is when you call these underneath drag routes, you're trying to have your tight end come out the backside of the defense in space. So when you put the ball on him early, it leads to big yards after the catch. In this case, they don't get the real big play they were hoping for, but they'll definitely take it.
They'll toss it here to Achane. He'll try to get back to the line, but it's not happening. Gonna lose a yard.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
3rd and 7. Here's 2. Trying to get away, but he will not. They finally run him down.
These pass rushers, they love these situations where they can just pin their ears back and go after the quarterback. They knew they had a chance to put an end to this drive, and they didn't let it go to waste.
Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Miami. Fair catch, taken, and they're going to start right at their own 20-yard line. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big opening after big opening and big numbers in this first half. The drive begins at the 20. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing is Gabriel. Oh, he's going to be bottled up. Fitzpatrick multiple times, all-pro in his safety spot to record the sack.
If there's any silver lining for this drive, Mike, it's the fact that at least this sack occurred on an early down. So I guess technically they have a chance to claw themselves out of this hole, but that's the 3rd sack of the game. And this defense doesn't show any signs of slowing down.
Now Gabriel. This pass caught by Judy. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on 3rd down.
So they have these rules for the receivers, Mike. They call them green grass rules. And the idea is if you're running across the field and you're looking at the quarterback, you're going to stay on the run. If you're not looking at the quarterback, that tells him, I'm going to sit in this soft zone. I'm going to what they call punch and pivot and stop. And that tells the quarterback to put the ball on your chest. That nonverbal communication between the receiver and the quarterback, recognizing when you're open, stay open, that's the stuff that makes a lot of these offenses so difficult to defend. So I don't hate this call, Mike. You think it's 3rd and short, everyone's at or near the line of scrimmage. There's a lot of green grass downfield in the passing game. Traditionally, though, I'm a little more comfortable with the decision that even if it falls incomplete, you're going for it on 4th down. So I don't love 3rd and short, bomb, punt. I do love 3rd and short, okay, you fail, I'm going to go for it on 4th down.
The Dolphins offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. They'll bring Waller in motion here. On the ground to start the drive, it's Achane. And he'll plow forward for a gain of 4 yards.
He's brought down at the 37-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
So, from the 37, here's 2nd down. Tua gonna throw. He'll look middle here. It's caught by Hill. And they'll have it across midfield down at the opposing 46-yard line. 17 yards on that play. 1st down, Miami.
And nothing matters if this protection isn't able to pick up that blitz. They do a fantastic job of stunting that pass rush just long enough to find an open man downfield.
1st and 10. They'll run this one straight ahead with Achane. And he'll get forward for a couple. It's 2nd down.
He does a nice job coming from his safety position, filling his run gap assignment, and keeps this to a modest gain at best.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and 8. From the gun, here's Tua. Forced out left. Now he'll run.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. A little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
It's going to be 3rd. They need 1. They'll try and run it here. It's Achane. They'll mark him down there at the 33, but that is good enough. A run gives them a first down.
A gain of 4 yards. First down, Miami.
So they keep it simple, only a yard to go. Keep it on the ground, trust in your running back, and they're able to keep this drive alive.
In motion, Westbrook-Akine. Now on first down. A quick slant into the hands of Waddle. And he's brought down after a gain of 6 on first down.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 27-yard line.
They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. Back to throw is Tua. Now a screen set up for Achane. And it'll be a short pickup. That's not enough for the first down.
And it's 3rd down.
They'll look to pick. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. Taking off, he'll try to get there. And he will easily pick up the first down. They've got 1st and goal coming up. The Browns going to use the first of their timeouts here. And they'll stop it just over a minute remaining in this first half. Well, a chance to get right back in it here. First down and goal. And it's caught out wide on the RPO. Now after the play, he'll stop it. We have an injured Dolphin. Halftime is looming, so the athletic training staff will get a chance to look him over during the break. Another one from the 5, 2nd down and goal. Here's Tagovailoa. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Isaiah McGuire getting in for the sack, and that's going to make it 3rd and goal.
Mike, this isn't real complicated. You're just not going to win a lot of NFL games when you continue to give up sacks at the rate that they are. I mean, this is just a complete disaster for this offensive line, and if they don't get it fixed, this game could be a runaway.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. A shotgun snap for Tua. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. Now we'll get a timeout, Cleveland. That's their 2nd, as they'll stop it just a little bit over 30 seconds to go in this first half. Out comes Riley Patterson to try the field goal. This will be a 38-yard attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6. So the mistake there, the roughing call on the field goal, they'll take the 3 points off the board, keep possession of the ball, and have it first down. In motion, it's Waddle. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. Out to his right. Now he takes off. Now Miami going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock.
Well, let's give credit here to the coverage unit, Mike. There was nowhere to go with the ball for that quarterback. He had no choice but to just tuck it down himself, and he's able only to pick up a short gain.
Now Tua. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
A loss of 9 yards. And it's third down. Third and...
Now here's a timeout. They're going to take it with 8 seconds remaining until the break. Out comes Riley Patterson to try the field goal. This from extra point range, a 33-yard field goal attempt. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Dolphins cut the lead to 4. It's 10-6.
Outside of coming away with a touchdown, I'm not sure they could have done any better to close out that half. I mean, they burned all the clock. They don't let the opponent possess the ball, and they come away with points.
So, still the matter of 6 seconds remaining in this half. And the kick's away. This is taken in at the goal line. He'll get across the 20, mark him down at the 23-yard line.
At their own 23-yard line.
And they'll elect not to run another play. Instead, just take a knee and take this on into the locker room.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Welcome in, everyone, to the Orlando studios. Scott Hansen with you for a quick halftime report. We'll let both sides catch their breath and get their orange wedges as we're going to get ready for the third quarter action. So let's go back out to the stadium as we rejoin our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Scott, thank you. Both teams trying to find the right formula as they come out for the second half. It's about to get underway. Third quarter set to commence. And we're back underway here on EA Sports. He fields it at the 8. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. The advantage is 8. We'll see if they can make this a 2-score game on this drive. First down and 10. They needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up second and 5.
Brings up second and 4 at the 33-yard line.
Off the bootleg, it's Gabriel. Oh, in trouble, and down he goes.
Taken down and sacked.
The entire idea of the bootleg is to move your quarterback off of his normal spot. Buy some extra time for your offensive line and alleviate some of the pressure on the protection. But in this case, it seemed to me like the quarterback panicked a little bit. He went into survival mode and ended up leading to a massive loss.
3rd and long. Looking to throw is Gabriel. Now, here comes the screen to 4. And he's going to be out of bounds up around the 39-yard line. Good pickup of 16 on that screenplay and a first down.
I always think you can tell pretty quickly how comfortable a quarterback is in their offense, Mike, by how fast they work through their progression and get the ball to their check down underneath. And in this case, with the depth of the defense, a lot of space in the short game, get him the ball, pick up the first down.
He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
So they go with the first down run, hoping to just get them some positive yards and get themselves into a good second down situation, but now they find themselves in 2nd and long. So the more you give defenses the opportunity, Mike, to defend you one-dimensionally. So in this case, we're only playing you in the pass. It stresses your protection, it stresses your play caller, and ultimately, it stresses your quarterback.
The pressure gets there, and down he goes. The rookie out of Michigan, Kenneth Grant, getting in for the sack, and now it's going to be 3rd and a mile.
If they win this game, this pass rush is going to be a big reason why. The 5 sacks speak for itself, but their ability to disrupt the timing of this offense, that can't be overstated.
What can they do here? This is 3rd and forever. Here's Gabriel. He'll get that to Quinshon Judkins. And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down. Punting time for the Browns. They're set to kick it away. On the return, here's Washington. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. The Dolphins offense ready for their first possession of this second half. The deficit is 8 as this drive begins with 1st and 10. Play action, it's Tagovailoa. Off-balance throw, it's complete. And he'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6 at the 36-yard line.
They'll work from the 36 on 2nd and 6. Tua. Wide to Achane. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
He manages to get the throw away and completes it. And he'll be taken down, but inside the 35. A big play and a much-needed one as well. 31 yards.
I think they saw something earlier in the game that showed some vulnerabilities in the deep defensive coverage. Then the execution, not only for the route runners to be in the right spot, but then for the quarterback to find his matchup, find the space and the breakdown of the coverage, and put that ball on target and lead to the big game. We spent so much time, Mike, talking about these defensive backs and their ability in pass coverage, but when you also have a defensive back that can make plays in the run game, especially behind the line of scrimmage, man, those guys are just so hard to find. That was a heck of a job here by this guy.
Now it's Tua. And he'll just bite the bullet and throw this one away. That was a good idea. Didn't force anything there. But now it's going to bring up third down.
They just have to be more creative with their route concepts, Mike. I mean, there's nobody open, nowhere to go with the ball, and quarterback's just forced to throw that one away.
Throwing on third down, Tagovailoa. Oh! Now where will they mark him? It looks like he's a little bit short, just by about the length of the football. So decision time coming up. It's fourth down.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the first down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on fourth down.
They'll bring Waller in motion here. Here we go on fourth down with Tua. And he's going to be marked out down at the 5. They convert with a gain of 15.
I love the way the ball's been moving around to different guys this drive, Mike. I mean, it really keeps the defense guessing and off balance. And now this defense is going to have to figure out how to keep this offense out of the end zone because it's first and goal.
And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
And anytime this offense gets themselves going in the right direction, it just seems like the pass rush finds a way to make a play of their own, and they have completely dominated this game up until this point, Mike. I mean, it is no surprise they're playing with the lead as a result.
All the way back at the 14 now. Second down and goal. Here's Tagovailoa. This offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. Shelby Harris in there to drop him that time. It's a loss of 7.
Even when it seems like they're putting a nice drive together, Mike, they just can't seem to escape this pass rush. It has been relentless all game long, and they get him here again.
So the last two plays have gone backwards. Now it's third and goal. Here's 2. Headed left, buying time.
And that's a pretty good effort here on third and long. He had nowhere to go down the field. The defense is playing real soft. He pulls it down and did all he could, but he's still going to end up being short of the first down.
Field goal will make it a one-score game, but they want more here on fourth and goal. Receiver in motion, headed left. They'll try it now with Achane. And he barrels his way into the end zone. Devon Achane. Touchdown, Dolphins. So they decide to go for the touchdown, and Greg, they get rewarded on fourth and goal with the 6 points.
Yeah, I think the safe bet there is you settle for the field goal and you're happy coming off the field with points. But not this play caller. He rolls the dice a little bit, but give credit to the offensive line. They created just enough of a lane for this back to take it in for 6.
Now, here's the Dolphins and Tua going for 2.
Lining up for a 2-point conversion.
In motion, Westbrook-Akine. They'll try to run it in with Achane. He's going to go backwards, taken down at the 6.
I'm always curious how a defense is going to respond. So you give up a touchdown, you give up 6, and now the offense is trying to extend it to 8. How are you going to buckle down? How are you going to hang in there? In this case, let's give them a little credit. keep those 2 off the board, and they can come to the sideline and regroup.
Both teams ready to go once more as the kick's away. Here comes Ford on the return. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. Browns offense and Quinshon Judkins making their way back out. The lead is 2, and they're going to try to make something happen here, starting with a 1st and 10. Throwing is Gabriel. That one thrown on the run, but the receiver had to reach back, couldn't bring it in, and it is incomplete.
So on a day where he's completed, give or take half of his passes, Mike, you have to imagine there's a handful of throws he'd like to have back, and I think that last one falls in that category. But the biggest thing, and most fortunately for them, they find themselves with a lead despite a bit of an up-and-down performance out of their quarterback.
Here's Judkins. And some good blocking, springing up. A gain of 9 as we get to 3rd down.
And he has been a handful to deal with throughout this entire contest, Mike. And they came into the game saying, we want to impose our will on the defense, and that's exactly what they've been able to do.
They'll go with the sneak. Trying to find any seam he can, but the push too strong in the middle. He didn't get there. It's 4th down. It's the quarterback with the sneak. He's going to pick up the Browns' 1st down as they find a way to keep the chains moving on 4th down.
Mike, I think the way we've seen the NFL going these past couple years is I think all these quarterbacks, they love when the call comes in for the sideline for quarterback sneak. Hey, coach, put the game on my shoulders. With this offensive line, I'm going to pick up this 1st down, and that's exactly what they did.
This one broken up. It's incomplete. The defender right there with him. It brings up 2nd down.
Incomplete.
You know, there's a rule that's pretty simple when you're running routes against zone coverage, Mike, and it's as simple as if you're open, stay open. Instead, you see the receiver here, he ends up running to a covered window, and it just clouds the vision of the quarterback. Instead of throwing into a wide open target, he's now forced to throw into a contested area.
A nice pickup moving it across the 40. We'll give him 6 on that play.
So I think as they continue to have success on the ground like they did here, I think we're going to see them continue to lean towards that ground game, force the defense to come up, sell out, take it away, and then there's all sorts of options downfield in the passing game.
And that is incomplete.
So prior to that 3rd down call, Mike, I thought they put themselves in a pretty good situation at that down and distance. They had run and pass both at their disposal, but nice job by the defense being up to the task. Force the incomplete, brings up 4th down.
The Browns getting their punting team out there as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. That is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down. Devon Achad ready to take the field with the rest of his Miami offensive teammates. They trail by 2 and will start this drive with 1st and 10. the bootleg. Here's Tua. And a good one here. He'll be marked down up past the 25-yard line. They get 11 and quickly pick up the first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
Off play action, it's Tua. He'll step up and run.
That play had sack written all over it, so that's a great job by the quarterback, not only escaping the initial pressure, even though he does able to pick up some positive yards for what looked like a disaster in the start.
From the 29, here's 2nd and 8. In motion, it's Waddle. Tua, gonna give it to Achane. Running room hard to come by as he'll get ahead for a yard. Carson Schlesinger, there on the stop.
2-yard gain on the play. And it's 3rd down.
This is 3rd and 6. Tua gonna throw, sending it deep for Waddle. And that is incomplete. Jalen Waddle, the intended target, and it's going to lead to 4th down.
It's just so hard offense in the NFL, Mike, when you are not good on 3rd down. Your inability to extend drives, it either puts a lot of pressure on your coaches to be aggressive on 4th down or simply punt or take a field goal. You have to maintain possession and give you more cracks to score touchdowns.
This brought in out past the 20. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. They'll run with Judkins to begin the drive. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage. That's about all.
Jalen Phillips on the tackle. No gain.
So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Second and 10. This is incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down. Let's see what this call is. You only get a 1-yard buffer from the line of scrimmage for these old linemen. That time he strayed a little too far.
Still 2nd down.
And it draws the flag. Out of the gun, Gabriel. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
3rd down and 9. The shotgun snap to Gabriel. Throw on the run is complete. And he's very close to a 1st down, out of bounds, right at the marker. Spot is just a little short, so it is 4th down.
Well, they say football is a game of inches, and plays like this explain why. You pick up a little bit more, it's a fresh set of downs. Now on 4th and short, this coach has the decision to make.
And he'll get something there on the return, able to take this back to the 20-yard line. The Dolphins offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession. A-Chan. A modest gain. Maybe 2 yards. It's second down.
Down at the 23-yard line. A gain of 2 brings up second and 8.
From the gun, here's Tua. That's taken in by A-Chan. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. And he'll just get rid of this. Smart play to throw it away, and that'll set up second down.
Every possession is so critical in these close games. The one thing you can't have here is a turnover. Really nice job making sure that ball is uncatchable, and just line up and snap it again.
Play action. Tagovailoa. Now he'll swing it out to his fullback. And he'll try to use that size and push forward, but it will not work. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Sometimes it's easy for a defense to lose track of a running back, especially when he leaks out from the backfield, but not the case here. They kept eyes on him the whole time. Comes in, makes a sure tackle, and drops him for a loss.
They need one right now. Third and long. Throwing again, it's Tua. Throwing off his back foot, and it's taken in. They have the right play call. The screen goes for 15. And a first down.
A gain of 15. First down, Dolphins.
And how about the poise of this quarterback? You find yourself down here late in the fourth quarter, Mike, facing a tough third down. You've got to have it. You know what? He calls the play, he breaks the huddle. He's like, you know what, Coach? I got it. That's a big-time throw to now keep this drive alive as they go down looking for that go-ahead touchdown. The best quarterbacks don't see the rush, they feel the rush, and that's exactly what this guy was able to do here. He's able to escape the initial pressure and immediately realizes, I got some space out in front of me. Picks up a solid gain here on first down.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's second and 4. A play fake. Now Tua to throw. This one complete. It's D-Eskridge. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. First time they've looked his way all game long. But he comes through with the grab and a first down. They'll bring Waller in motion here. From the pistol, here's A-Chan. And he is stopped in his tracks. Loss of a couple on the play.
Great job by that linebacker timing his blitz. He didn't give any indication to the offense that he was coming. And he's able to get through that hole and take the ball carrier down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up second and long. It's second down and 12. This one pulled in by Westbrook-Akine. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9.
I really like the balance that they've showed so far on this drive, Mike, and what that does is it makes the defense have to defend the entire field. The run game and the pass game, everything looks the same. There's no tells, so they can't afford to just dial up certain schemes to take away a run or a pass. They've got to defend the entire playbook, and so far they've done a great job on this drive doing just that. This is why the timing of these routes is so critical. If that ball is thrown a little bit later, he's unable to keep his feet in bounds, but instead the quarterback is on time and accurate, and the receiver does a nice job not only securing the catch, but ensuring that both feet remain in bounds.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. Here comes Ford on the return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Browns offense ready to see what they can do.
6-yard line.
Starts with a run by Judkins. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 16 yards on the game. And a quick first down.
Browns, first down.
Well, a really nice start here to the drive. Early down success. Every offensive coordinator is trying to find ways. How do we pick up first downs without having to get to third down? We see it here. Big explosive run. Now the rest of the drive unfolds.
They'll run. This is Jerome Ford. And he finds some space tackled after a gain of 7 on first down.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2 at their 49-yard line.
From just shy of midfield, here's 2nd and a couple. They'll give it here to Judkins. And he's going to have a first down. Good run down inside the 45-yard line.
2nd down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
And on first down, it's back to Judkins. And they'll take this down inside the 35. A pickup of 12 yards. First down, Cleveland.
And we're starting to see the fruits of their labor paying off here. I mean, they've used this run game to throw a bunch of body blows throughout the entire contest. And while some of the carries didn't result in much at the time, it's clear they're starting to take its toll on this defense.
Oh, they're on him in a flash, and he lost the football. And fortunately, he's able to cover it up. It will not be a turnover, but will go down as a sack.
And man, does he dodge a bullet right there, Mike, on that sack. He's fortunate. That ball bounced right back to him, and he's able to recover it and keep possession for his team.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, here's Gabriel. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. Now Gabriel. His throw left is complete with Judy. And they were hoping for a little more on that one. Brought down well short of the first. It'll bring up 4th down.
And it seems like he just cut that route a little too short. He's got to get more depth on the initial stem, and that way he makes sure when he catches the ball, it's beyond the sticks.
Punt team out, ready to send this one away. They'll be forced to punt, trailing here in the fourth quarter. And we will not have a return on this one. Ball's going to hit and continue out of bounds. Now, Tua and the Miami offense head out for their next possession. And this defense might be about ready to wave the white flag. Nothing they have tried to throw at him has been successful. He just processes things so quickly, making the right read seemingly every time. They'll go 3 tight ends here on 1st and 10. Fake the handoff. Now, Tua. The pressure gets there, and down he goes back inside the 20-yard line. Mason Grant in there for the sack. He forced his way through. A loss of 9.
Sometimes in the NFL, you have to be careful what you ask for. This offensive line, they were very clear to us this week. They wanted to take on this group. They loved the ability to be challenged. Well, they might have poked the bear a little bit too much because they've now surrendered a whopping 10 sacks in a single game, and I don't think there's been any signs of this pass rush slowing down.
On play action, it's Tagovailoa. And they're going to get him the second time. He goes down again. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. This crowd into it now as we get to 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tua. He'll try to run for it. And a nice job defensively. They don't let him get away. It's good for 7, but it makes it 4th down. The defense uses its second time out here. And don't forget, clock to stop when we hit the 2-minute warning as well. Punt team comes out. Dolphins going to kick it away. As the drive went in the wrong direction, he's on to punt it away. And forward a few yards on the wrist. That's where the offense and Quinton then round to this point in the 4th quarter. This is 1st and 10. Now it's Gabriel. There's a screen set up for Judkins. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. Ideal circumstance there. They get the first down and preserve that final timeout. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick first down.
10 at the 42-yard line.
They are down to 1 timeout and the 2-minute warning to work with as we get set for 1st and 10. To throw is Gabriel. They try to set up the screen, but this one doomed from the start. It's incomplete.
The biggest issue and why they find themselves trailing in this game, Mike, has really just been the ups and downs of this passing game. At sometimes, he's highly accurate and efficient, but at others, he just misses too many easy throws. Question is, are they going to be able to overcome this quarterback inconsistency and pull this game out?
And he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Now, a big 3rd down. They'll stick to the ground, and he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short.
Well, that 3rd down stop sets up a big conversation on this sideline of the offense, Mike. You find yourself in 4th and short, but you're trailing. I think at this stage here in the 4th quarter, I got to send my kicking unit on, take the lead, and hopefully my defense can continue to get stops to pull this game out.
the distance, and it's good. He knocks it through from long range. They move out front and take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
So anytime an offense comes off the field after settling for 3, you always have to take the good with the bad. In order to get down there in field goal range, you had to do something positive to move the ball. But at the same time, how are we going to be able to finish these drives and convert for 6 the next time we get down there?
So, after the field goal to take the lead, kicker is back out there to send this one away. Washington now to return it. Now a hit, and he lost the football. But this is taken in by a teammate. The Dolphins offense ready to get back at it. Here's 1st and 10. They'll drop to throw. That one down the field, but they cannot connect, and it's incomplete. He was trying to get that one to Darren Waller, and it'll be 2nd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. Really nice job defensively. They were all over that from the jump. Initially, I thought he was going to break away and pick up something positive, but at the end of it all, he ended up going backwards.
The crowd cranking it up another notch before 3rd and long. He'll try and get there on the ground. And they'll only get a couple on this one, so the defense holds, and it brings up 4th down.
Great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
He's got the hook up there to Waddle. And he's out of bounds inside the 45-yard line. The drive stays alive. They got 23 yards on 4th down. All 3 timeouts left. How much that's going to matter remains to be seen. Here comes 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's to Waddle again. And he'll be out of bounds. Down at the 20. Tua and his old Bama teammate Waddle for the Dolphin 1st down.
Really nice throw there. The ability to throw the ball out on the perimeter. Yes, arm strength and all of that, but it's also timing. The timing of the route. When is that wide receiver coming out of his break to deliver that ball accurately as his head comes around? If the ball's thrown too early, the receiver's not ready. If the ball's thrown too late, that's when disaster strikes.
Now, here's a timeout. They will indeed take it with 5 seconds left. Chance for a field goal to win this game. So now, pressure situation for Riley Patterson. This to win the game. The Browns going to use the last of their timeouts now. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. So now, pressure situation for Riley Patterson. This one he's got to have. And this one right down the middle. It's good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
Well, there's no more pressure-filled spot for a kicker than that one right here, Mike. I mean, it's very simple. You make it, you win. You miss it, you lose. And what's he do? He comes through to not only give his team the lead, but most likely the victory.
Down to the final few seconds of this one as the kick is away. And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
They'll come up for first and 10. Here we go. One final play. They go sideline, and he stays in bounds. Got the feet down in time. It's a first down. So a win here for the visiting Dolphins. This one went all the way down to the wire. The late field goal with zeros on the clock seals the deal. As they come from behind, they may feel like they stole this one. They get the victory on the game's final play. So that'll just about do it for Greg Olson and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.